Well, Martin, in our schools, I find most golfers worry about hitting the wedge. They worry about getting it airborne, where the ball position is. All the wedge mechanics we just reviewed from right here a few minutes ago. But there's a whole nother world of wedge play. Assuming you can make good contact, you can launch the ball on the trajectory you want to and carry it the distance you want to, the question is, what's the ball going to do after it hits the green? That's just as important. Look, if you make a good driver swing, you'll see a pretty good drive most of the time, unless there's an incredibly high wind. If you hit a good 8-iron swing, if you make the motion, you see good 8-iron shots, and they stop pretty quick, and you don't really care how they move on the green. You're on the green, you got a putt. That's pretty good 8-iron. Okay. That is not true with a wedge. You can put a perfect move on a wedge, and it can hit once, bounce, roll over the back of the green, down the hill into the creek, and you make triple bogey. Hitting the wedge shot is only half the battle. The other half is how high are you going to hit it. In other words, you have to read the shot, how it's going to move on the green. That's the real second half of the question in wedge play. How high are you going to hit it? How far are you going to carry it? And how much spin is it going to have? I happen to know these are my greens. My son built them. They are built to be firm and fast. So the ball will not dig in. It will bounce once. If it has really good backspin, it'll check. If it doesn't have real good backspin, it'll dribble on and roll. If it doesn't have good backspin at all, if you've hit it at all fat, it's going to roll over the green. Just like real golf courses, real greens the pros play. Now, my greens are small. They require good wedge shots because that's why I built them, to improve my own wedge game. But the point is, I want you to stand here and look at this. I've got water. I can't use a run-up shot. I can either cut a shot with a lot of backspin, hit it on top and stop it, or I can bounce once short of that terrace, bounce on top and roll to the pin. I can hit the ball about 10 feet on the green, 8 or 10 feet, let it bounce 2 or 3 times, and then roll up the hill. Now, I can't do all that with the same wedge. I mean, I could, but it's way difficult to hit all those shots with one club. I use my 60, open the blade a little bit, try to fly it on top, and stop it. Now, to me, that's the hardest shot of these three, because I have to really hit it good. Next easiest is the one hopper. Now, a lot of pros love that. They like to just make sure it's short of the terrace. If it hops twice, it still goes to the top, and they'll be a little short. But the other shot is a 52-degree wedge. Just land it on the green, and it'll get there. So part of your wedge play is learning how to hit wedge shots. Another part is learning how to choose the easiest wedge shot that you can have, the most likely for you to make a good result, by making the second half of this easier. Look, here's the tough one. I'll loft a little 60-degree wedge up.
Well, that was nice.
That wasn't bad, but let me try a 56. Now this, I think, is a far easier shot, but if I do the 56 just right, it's going to hit just short of that terrace and hop up. Hit it a little bit low, but the easiest shot, I think, because I've hit these, I don't know, I've hit 180,000 wedges.
Is that all?
I keep track from my deck. Out here, not anywhere near that many on any one spot, but here I've hit a few.
So which wedge is this, Dave?
This is 52, and I'm just going to try to land it 10 feet on the green and let it run. Just let it run almost like the last one, except a little bit better. Now see, that just rolls up, and that one can't be very bad. Now, Martin, I want you to try. Which in your mind is easiest?
I'm going to go for the middle one with the 56-degree wedge, sort of the lowish flighted one. I never go for the highest one unless I absolutely have to. I'm also going to try something that I've observed there watching you. It appears to me that you hold that club fairly lightly. You certainly haven't got a grip vise on it, have you?
As light as I can. Just let me pull this. It should slide, but it shouldn't flop. If that grip was a banana, you don't squeeze a banana, but you hold it. You have to hold on. The hands are to hold on. They're not to manipulate.
Right, I'm going with the banana. The banana pitch. You know, I'll tell you what, it's a heck of a lot harder when you get over here. It was easier standing over there than looking over here. There's not a lot of green to work with, so I've got the 56. I always like the sort of the lower shot if I can. Going with the 56 here. I'll take that.
Martin, you win, my man.
Well, I don't know that I win.
Very nice.
I would say I'm happy with the outcome on that one. So you can see there very definitely, it's not just the act of hitting the shot, it's seeing the sort of the outcome of the shot when it hits the ground. Very, very sage advice from the short game guru here.